Hello, this is Nicole with Angelic Therapy and Healing, bringing you a general reading for the week of Monday, February 20th through Sunday, February 26th. First off, thank you to everyone for subscribing to my channel, sharing the videos, liking, and commenting. I love hearing from all of you. I do really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hopefully you all had a great Valentine's Day, enjoyed the time with your love bug, maybe brought a little spark back into the relationship. And for those of you that are single, hopefully you had a good time and brought some love in for you. Got yourself a massage or treated yourself somehow. So let's see here. We have had some pretty intense energies, and we're about to have another intense week this week. You may all remember we had the full moon a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it was about a week ago now, because there's 2 weeks in between full moons and new moons. And we have a new moon this Sunday, the 26th of February. For those of you here in the States on the eastern side, it's going to be Sunday morning around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be pretty intense because it's a new moon. Also in conjunction, we're going to be having a solar eclipse at the exact same time. So it's going to be very powerful. It's going to be a new moon in Pisces. Now, new moons are always great for manifestation. You know, when you're wanting to create something, build something, begin something, you always want to focus on that and think about what it is that you desire, what you want. Sometimes people will do visualization boards when there's a new moon. They may do a list of things that they want to manifest. They may do, like, I've mentioned before, if you're wanting to bring abundance in, it's a good time to, like, take a dollar bill and think of the amount of money you need and why, and say a prayer and write that amount across a dollar bill for abundance manifestation. But it's very powerful for manifestation. And what you're going to find is, because this is so powerful with this solar eclipse, you're going to start to feel those energies about 3.5 days beforehand, which means start thinking about what it is that you want, what you desire, what you want to build. Because again, we are in a number 1 year. This is the year to build the things that you want. This is the year to think, okay, what is it that I desire? And not just this year, not just this month, next month. You know, what is it that I want within the next 10 years of my life? Do I want to get married? Do I want to have a family? Do I want to start my own business? Do I want to change careers? This is a time to think about that and then set that foundation, set those roots. Use the power of this eclipse to go ahead and set those goals. Put together a vision board, put together a manifestation list, and then start to take the action for those things that you desire. And you're going to find, because this one is in Pisces, it's going to be very powerful. It's kind of like the divine is pushing us forward, particularly in the area of love, because we are at this point starting a new emotional cycle. And for a lot of us, it's been building. It's been building. It's starting to really hit a peak. We've been having to let a lot of things go. For a lot of us, between these two eclipses, you've probably noticed, if you've not already let old relationships go, or old behaviors or thinking patterns, self-limiting beliefs that keep you from having the love that you desire, be it a person that keeps you from having the things that you want, a thought that I'm not good enough, I am not worthy, that are false, or habits. Anything that's keeping you from having that love, that emotional connection that you desire, that deep down you want, you need. If you've not already released those things that have to be released, what you're going to find is between this new moon and the full moon, which particularly these two eclipses that we've had, you're going to be pushed by the divine. It's like kind of this final catalyst to shake off those things that are not good for you in the romance department. So maybe it was a lover you don't need anymore. They're going to get rid of that person for you between this past week and this week that we're going to be going through. And same thing, limiting beliefs, thought patterns, behaviors, things that aren't good for you, that are keeping you from having this love that you desire, these emotional connections. They're going to be all shaved and let go of. So if you go with it, it's going to help you. Because it's being done for your highest good. It's being done to bring you to those things that you desire, that you want, that you've been praying for, asking for. They've heard your prayers. Now the divine is pushing you forward. And for a number of us, this is connected to destiny, things that are destined to happen in our life. It's funny, I actually, I went and had a palm reading, because I went with some friends to take this palm reading class, which was fun, but we were horrible at it. And so I thought, well, you know what? want to go see someone who actually knows how to read palms, because I think this will be cool. And it's amazing how a lot of things, like our left hand is supposed to be the things that we are destined to do, these gifts that we come in. Right hand is the things that we do with those gifts. And like for me in my love, I've got some things that are really deep ingrained, and also with, career, standing up, being a warrior for people, communicator warrior for people, that are deeply ingrained in my hands. And it was amazing to hear her see those things and have them pop out, and also see that this is a big catalyst year for me in a number of departments. But it's some stuff that's destined. It's on both sides of my hand. So for those of us that, are destined for greatness, which is most of you out there, and you know it and you feel it, and you've been feeling it with these energetic shifts that have been happening since like September, because many of you felt it since September. They're leading you toward your greatness, toward your destiny. Let them do that. It's to make your dreams come true. What you're also going to find during this eclipse is typically you'll hear astrologers, and I'm not an astrologist, but you'll hear astrologists say that, eclipses keep things hidden. They typically do. But the way that this eclipse is lined, it's actually going to bring you some new revelations, some epiphanies. So some of you are going to notice that by Thursday night, you may have recently had them. Some of you, it may be a week or so after. But most of you, it's going to be within 3 days before, 3 days after this eclipse, new moon. You're going to have some aha moments, some epiphanies, some things that have been hidden are going to be revealed to you. And then it's going to be up to you to take some action. And you're going to find also that this eclipse is going to help us come out of that stage that, we've just given up. We've given up hope, we've given up faith, we think, oh my gosh, this is never going to happen, or we're in denial. So for some of us, we've skipped, straight over the giving up. We are just in denial. We're in denial that this is the path we're meant to take, or the person we're meant to be with, or the career we're supposed to pursue. And we just bury our heads in the sand and we do nothing. What's going to happen with this eclipse is, again, it's the divine pushing us toward the things that we are destined for, our greatness, the blessings, these things that we desire. So we're going to come out of that, and it's going to happen this week, and it's going to be swift, because this eclipse, the way the planets and everything are aligned, there's going to be swift action, swift movement, swift releasing things, letting things go, and coming fully out of that. I have given up. I am in full denial. I am stuck with my head buried in the sand moment. We are coming out of that this week, and we are going to be catapulting into action. And they're going to help us with that. So embrace that. If you can, get outside in nature. Ask the angels to give you some signs. Ask them to help you because, sometimes we need some help. And they're there to help us because, the angels glorify God by helping us. They help us with things big. They help us with things small. I'm shameless. I ask for everything from financial abundance to help with my business, to help with things at work, to help me find a good parking spot at the mall because I don't want to have to walk a half a mile. But everything big or small. When we ask, they deliver. So do that this week, because this is a big, big, big week for us. And it's something to look at in a positive, because this is ushering in our dreams, those things we desire. So ask for their help. They're going to help you. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be powerful. It is going to be pretty energetic. So you may be, no, that's not upside down. It's just the deck. Okay. You might be tired this week. You might feel that you're not grounded. If you feel that you're not grounded, get outside. If you're somewhere that's warm, get outside, take your shoes off, get your feet in the grass. Get outside, ask the angels to give you some actual physical signs, and they will do that. Now, I have prayed over these cards, shuffled them. I've asked that each of you gets at least one message. I'm pulling one card. It's going to be a hodgepodge of whatever they want to talk about, from 4 different decks. So I'm pulling from Doreen Virtue's Archangel Michael deck, her Mary Queen of Angels deck, pulling one from Sandra Ann Taylor's Energy Oracle deck, and also the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. Now, let me see if you guys can see that. And the Yorkies are napping. Hopefully they'll continue that. I also have prayed over and shuffled my Gilded Lenormands, so if we do need those at some point, I'll put those up there, we'll pull those. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. So as you can see the cards across, the first one we have is Patience. It's number 14. Then we have door to personal healing and happiness, number 34. We have home. And then the last card we have is believe and trust. And I will read the bottoms of those when we get to those cards for clarification as we move our way through them. Now, thankfully, I think I have this zoomed in enough that I'll be able to put them down fairly quickly and you guys can see them. The first card we have in this deck, this is a major arcana. And major arcana deal with huge life changes, catalysts, spiritual changes. And the thing is also with this solar eclipse, it is a spiritually connected. So it's helping us come into balance with our spiritual world and our physical world. And it's interesting that we would get this card, patience, because in the traditional tarot, this is actually the Temperance card. And the Temperance card is all about balance, balancing our emotions, opening up our heart and mind, because you see here she's got this big helmet on top. She's like blocked off. Opening our heart, opening our mind. In the traditional Temperance card, there's like this angel, and she's got one foot that's on land and her other foot's in the water. And that speaks about us balancing our emotions as well as our material world, the logical side of things. And it's also, you know, it's a card that if you look at a deeper meaning, it's like just, it speaks of a heavenly love between two people and the differences between them. Because again, it's a balance thing. One balances the other. Balancing internal changes, external changes, balancing the things that are on the inside, the things that are on the outside. The card in this deck reminds us to open our hearts up, open our hearts to love, to be patient, to be balanced. Like if you look at this card, you'll see here that, you know, she's holding, actually, maybe I'll see it there. She's holding and growing a lily. She has this helmet on. There's a number of different colors in this card. You have blue, you have green, you have purple. So many of you have you've done a lot of heart healing. You see that there's green here, but there's not much green. It's only this tiny little sliver here. And then you have purple here. So you've had to transmute and heal a number of things from the past relationships, past hurts, those limiting beliefs that keep us stuck, keep us from moving toward the love that we desire. You've had to heal that. You've had to change that. You've had to change your perspective. For some of you, this change, this healing of your heart has meant to also open your heart up to love. If you look, it's really, this lily is really overwhelming the card. And lilies, they depict hope and faith and fertility, birth, transition, which is interesting because the card is number 14. If you boil that down, it's number 5. In numerology, 5 is the number of change, great change for great things. And it's interesting because that's what the lily speaks of, transition, purity, passion. But for a number of you, you have been going through a time of change. And they're commending you because you have been very successful at healing your heart, healing these things, releasing, transmuting. They're saying for a small number of you, there's still a little bit of work that needs to be done. But for the majority, if you look at the colors on this card, you have the purple here, you have the green here. So green, heart healing, purple, transmuting, turning things around. But then you look and you've got all this blue on the rest of her shirt, and blue is even going up and around her. Blue is a color of communication. So right now, communication is key for some of you. So they're saying that this transformation into the things that you desire, a key piece of that is communicating with yourself. You see how her eyes are kind of down, kind of closed. And you know how I was mentioning this eclipse is actually going to be taking us from a stage of denial, giving up, into action. It's going to show us things, epiphanies, aha. For some of you this week, you are going to have some aha moments that are going to open your eyes to the truth. It's going to be communicating the truth with yourself. For some of you, it's going to be communicating truth with a lover, with a potential love interest, in order to begin growing a new beginning, giving birth to a new beginning, renewing things. They're pointing at this, like, it almost looks like a trail of smoke, because they're saying for some of you to bring the magic back. So most of you, this is love related. But so for some, it just could be life in general, where you've given up on life, given up on love, because you've been in bad situations and things just haven't been moving forward. You've kind of lost hope, lost feeling as though, okay, love in life is just not magical anymore. But that's all going to shift now. Next card we have is Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. The card is number 34. If you boil that down, it's number 7. 7 is a number in numerology that is a number of being on your path, knowing that you are heading in the right direction. And it's interesting because if you look at this card, you have these 2 doors, and they're opened up into this beautiful, luscious garden. And it's got this rainbow and dove, and it's got the lily pads, and it's got the lotus flowers. And it's the right path. You're opening the path to your happiness, to your joy, to your bliss. Everything that's awaiting you is on the other side. And if you look, there's a little butterfly, which is blue. You've had to go through tremendous transformation in order to be able to step through that door. But now the time has come for you to do that. It's speaking of new beginnings. But it's great because you've done the work to be able to step through that door. And it's to let you know that positive changes are occurring now. These new opportunities are here. They have arrived. All you need to do is take that step forward. Be optimistic. Take action. Take the steps forward. Purity, new beginnings, hope, bliss, lotus flowers, things blossoming, blooming, things becoming magical again. And it is related to home, family, love. But the great thing is you've done the work. Like when you look at these cards, there's no cards that are saying, okay, you still have to keep giving stuff up. You still have to keep letting people go, letting exes go, let lovers go, let situations go, let jobs go, let career go. You've done that. You've done the work. It's now at a point of just communication. For those of you that have a little bit of transformation left, a little bit of healing left, it's very minimal. You've arrived. It's time to trust. It's funny, last card says trust. It's time to trust, have faith. Take that step forward. Take that leap. You are the beautiful butterfly. And it's interesting. I was going to wear my new bracelet for you guys today. I went shopping to get my hairdresser a gift, and I got her some jewels because she's amazing. If you guys have ever seen my hair is pretty glorious, I've got to say, but it's all due to her because she has like magic hands, and she has done my hair for like 15 years, and she makes me look amazing. She's like one of my gifts from God. But when I was there at the store, I bought myself a bracelet with a butterfly on it, because butterflies signify transformation, evolving into something completely new, completely beautiful. And again, for most of you, this is love, and it's funny because this is, if you've ever been to St. Croix, they sell these bracelets that are, actually, we'll see if we can get this in here for you guys. Maybe I'll wear it next week. But they sell these bracelets, and they make like a C shape, and depending upon whether you're single or not, you turn different ways. It's interesting because that has a little hoop loop similar to what they sell down in the islands. So for many of you, this is love related. But you've transformed. They're commending you. They're congratulating you on that. If you actually look in the colors of that butterfly, it's lots of blues and purples, and it's, blues are communications. Because for many of you, it is communication. It's simply communicating with that love interest, communicating with yourself, taking those action steps. For some of you, although it's a very small number, it's communicating about making a move, making a physical move. They're saying for some of you, moving out of a home to move into a new home. But you have to communicate. You have to have that conversation. You have to walk out of that door. So they're saying for some of you, you've emotionally disconnected and healed, but it's now to take that leap of faith, that step forward. For some of you so they're saying for all of you, into a new path, into a new home, into a new love, a small number. It could be career related, but I'm getting for most it's love. And then for a very small number, it's leaving a home. And it's interesting because the next card that we have, without messing these all up, is home. And this is from the deck by Doreen Virtue with Mary. And if you can read the bottom of it, it says, I trust and follow my divine guidance about my home. Now, they want me to read the book. Just give me a second. Let's see if we can. Okay. You drew this card because of concerns about what is happening in your household. Mother Mary is letting you know that God is watching over you and sending you divine guidance as to how you can improve your home life. Expect a positive change in your current situation, especially as you allow more love to reside within the home of your heart and your mind. Your home life affects your happiness, relationships, and even your health, so it's essential to take action steps to bring about a peaceful, safe, and happy environment. Yet, change can be threatening because of fears of the unknown. Even if it's a positive adjustment, if you find yourself resisting making a change for the better, call upon Mother Mary and the angels for encouragement, signs, and guidance. Trust those messages and follow them home. So for some of you, you're coming home to a divine love. If you look here, these two angels are looking forward, which is another good thing. If you look back at any of the past messages, so for some of us that had to, let an ex-lover go or let some hurts from the past go, you'll notice if you would have looked at those cards, the faces were toward the past because we were still stuck on the past. We still hadn't let that lover, that ex-spouse, that ex-partner, we still hadn't let them go. Or maybe we hadn't let go the feelings that they made us feel. Maybe they made us feel inadequate, unworthy. Maybe they were verbally or physically abusive or manipulative with us. But we kept looking to the past. We couldn't move toward what we're destined for because we kept looking back. But if you look in both these cards, the angels are looking forward to the future. So you've let that stuff go. You've let those people go. And congratulations on doing that, because look what you get to have now. But for some of you, with your moving forward, you're going home to a divine love partner that you will build a solid foundation, and for some of you, you'll build a family with. But you have to trust that, because some of you are doubting that. The last card that we have is believe and trust. And at the bottom, it actually has a prayer. And I'll type the prayer in the comments below, so that way you guys will have that. So you can say that, every night for the next week or 2 weeks or however long you feel that you need to say it. It says the prayer. Before going to sleep tonight, say, Archangel Michael, please enter my dreams and replace fear with faith and trust. Let me be filled with strength, courage, and confidence. So for those of you that may not be as familiar with angels yet, Archangel Michael is the angel of, he's God's warrior. He is an angel of courage. He is an angel of, he will give you confidence. He will give you strength. Maybe you need to have a conversation with someone that's not very comfortable. Maybe you're afraid of having it. Maybe you're fearful of how the outcome will be. Call on him to help you have the strength and have the courage to have that conversation. And then ask Archangel Gabriel. She's actually the communicating angel. Ask her to help you come up with the words to speak, to have that conversation. But call on Archangel Michael, because he will give you confidence when you have none. He will build you up. He will give you the courage to make that call, to see that person. Maybe for some of you, if you want to ask for a promotion, a raise, he will help you with that. But I get for most of you, this is bigger stuff. This is stuff related to your home, your family, your love. Big things. Ask for his help. He will assist you. And they're saying for most of you, the situation's already been resolved and taken care of. You've been receiving a lot of signs and pushes and nudges in the right direction, because God, Jesus, the angels, they've heard your prayers. They've resolved it. They've healed it. They've healed you. You just need to take that leap of faith and take that step forward into your future. And trust that there's going to be a happy outcome. Give your worries to God. Let go, let God. For some of you, there's a person that you're thinking about moving forward with. It could be a divine love partner. It could be the soulmate that you're interested in. For some, it could be a twin flame. You see the twin flame energy spiral together, because twin flames are the same soul. Oh, they're awake, and the neighbors are walking their dogs. Come here, Allie. Would you care for a treat? Okay, come here. But so for some, you know, twin flames are the same soul, and so when you see things about twins, you'll see similar to the staff where it's a spiraling ribbon, energy spiraling together. But for a number of you, you have this divine love, this soulmate, this twin, this person you feel this connection to, but you doubt it. You think, okay, do I really have this? Is this real? Can I really have a connection this strong? Is my mind playing games with me? And for some, you're asking, you know, can I trust this person? Because you've had someone manipulate you in the past, someone that's hurt you in the past, and you're fearful, okay, I've healed, I've let that person go, I've let those feelings go. I'm ready to take this step forward. I feel like that person's my home, but what if they're going to hurt me like he did? What if they're going to hurt me like she did? What if this really isn't what I envision it is? Archangel Michael is saying, trust that person. Trust that person. Because for most of you, you've been divinely guided to that person for a very long time. You've had a lot of signs, synchronicities, undeniable signs from God that is that you're meant to be. Trust that. Trust them. They're saying for some of you, this is an unconditional love thing, and you don't think that, you still doubt that there can be an unconditional love that deep and that true. But there is. Trust it. And they're saying for some of you, hopefully we do not have to pause this video to shut the door in the last alley. Shh. I know. So it's a beautiful day here in Ohio. It's like 60 degrees, and so I have all the doors open, and my neighbors are all out walking with their kids and the dogs. So hopefully we can get this done before someone else gets home from work and walks their dogs and drives little Yorkies bonkers. So, okay. Back to trust. So trust that person. Trust in this unconditional love you've been blessed with. You've wanted it. You've prayed for it. You've got it. Just take that step forward. That person is your home. And for some of you, believe in yourself. Believe that you are destined for this greatness. You are destined to start this new career, start this new business. You are destined to move from this home, from this place that you've been, to move into something new. Trust that. Trust what you're getting. They're not going to lead you astray. Now, I don't really think we need clarifiers. I guess let's pull a couple clarifiers on the patience card, because maybe if there's something to clarify, even though most of this reads like it's love related, there could be something. Make sure we're flipped the right way. Okay, it's love related. Okay. So the Lenormands, you guys remember, they all play off of each other. So let's put these down here. We'll pull them up one at a time. The very first card that we have is the birds. It is card number 12. Birds speak of lovers, mates, couples, information, communications, receiving maybe a message or an announcement, but receiving it swiftly, quickly, having something come in. And then we have 24, which is the heart. You see here, you've got two swans. But the heart is talking about, you know, feelings, emotions, passion, devotion, relationships, long enduring love, commitment, monogamy, they're saying courtship. And then the last card that we have is lilies. We've got lilies again, except this time we have Easter lilies. But if you see here, they're in front of the stained glass. So this is talking of an eternal love. Long-term relationships. You know, lilies also, they're a symbol of sexuality, purity, passion. Again, motherhood, fertility, giving birth to new beginnings. Because it doesn't necessarily mean, now for some of you, you may be getting pregnant this week. If you don't want that, you're going to need to make sure you're using something to keep that from happening. But for most of you, they're saying this is giving birth to a new beginning. Now, for some, it is going to lead down the road, giving birth to a family, but giving birth to a new beginning, giving birth to an eternal love, a pure love, a passionate love, though. There's a lot of passion involved with it. Commitment, satisfaction, peace, happiness tied to it. So I'm getting for some of you, you have just recently, or you're about to this week, receive some information about a very strong love, an eternal love. a committed love, and you're going to go down and start a new beginning with that person. You're going to have the courage to have those conversations, take that step forward. And oh, that's funny. They said, look at the bottom of the deck. So for most of you, this does involve love. It does involve commitment. This card here is 25. It is the ring. And rings, when someone receives, an engagement ring, it's a precious stone. It's something it's binding, it's commitment, it's marriage, it's union. It's a symbol of devotion, eternal devotion, commitment to another. And they always talk about the ring, how there's no ending and there's no beginning. It's eternal. So again, for some of you, it's returning home to a divine love. They're saying heaven on earth for some. But it's good things. It's beautiful things. Believe and trust. This is going to be a magical week. This is going to be more magical than Valentine's Day, folks. This is some good things in store for you. So, for those of you that this is applicable, this is awesome. I can't wait to hear how it turns out for you. And again, write these energies out. For some, it may be intense. You might need a nap. You might actually, some of you may be energized by it. But whatever your body's feeling, let your body feel it. Whatever the angels, God, Jesus are encouraging you to do that. And I hope that you have an amazing week filled with a lot of love, joy, and blessings.